Good afternoon, Crime Spies. How are you? Um, so we have a verdict in the Lori Vallow Daybell trial. I'm just following Pretty Lies and Alibis, Gigi, on Twitter, and she said the defense team just walked in, waiting on Lori. The prosecution is here, and there are 3 rows of law enforcement. Kay and Larry seem calm. They've shut the courtroom doors, waiting on Lori and Judge Boyce. So this is the channel here where where it's supposed to go live, and I guess we just wait a minute. It's still a couple minutes. So what's your prediction? Let's see if we have anybody over on the Rumblies. And for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm out of YouTube jail. Isn't that exciting? I'm back, I guess I should say. Okay, so now we just sit and stare at each other, I guess. Let's put on our little funky cop music while we're waiting. Give us a little background, a little ambiance. Okay, now East Idaho News says they're gonna be streaming it, but there's an error. Nate Eaton says, I'll admit it, I'm shaking.
Gemenda.com. Gemenda.com.
See what they got going on their channel. Looks like the interwebs is having a heart attack here. Okay, so they got, hold on, let's see, second. Home.
Gemenda.com.
Okay, here, his screen is up now. All right, so this is the judge's webcam. Supposedly it's supposed to be directly on Lori Vallow Daybell. Same stream. Lots of prayers over in the chat. Got closed captioning on. Got my finger on the funky cop retro comments. Guilty.
Gemenda.com.
So we got a prediction over on the YouTube, please. Star 0716. Aloha. Aloha. Mahalo. I agree with you. Stars 0716. Aloha. Not to mention, I love Hawaii. I've only been there once. It's just glorious. If we're over on the Rumblies, hello, hello. Announce yourself.
Gemenda.com.
Okay, should be any time, people. Thank you for joining me. I know this is a case I have followed since the beginning because it was just so shocking. Check over on the Twitter world. Yep, I think stars 0716
Gemendo.com. Gemendo.com.
Waiting patiently.
Gemendo.com. Gemendo.com.
I kind of changed my desk around a little bit, and I'm not sure if I'm digging it. A little out of sorts. Happy Friday. Oh, hey, I was going to say, well, I've got your attention tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be live streaming the Trump speech in Iowa. So please join us for that. I am going to be uploading more chapters of the RFK Jr., Dr. Anthony Fauci book.
Gemendo.com.
Probably not today, because I uploaded chapter 8 yesterday, and there wasn't a whole lot of views. So I'm thinking people are maybe I'm doing them too fast. So I think I'm gonna do them tomorrow, like do chapter 9 maybe tomorrow, kind of midday-ish, and then Sunday probably do. I think chapter 10 is really long, so I might just turn chapter 10 on and see what we got going on over there. So again, we're just waiting for the judge to turn on his camera. And I'm monitoring Twitter,
Gemendo.com.
see what Pretty Lies and Alibis has to say. I like Gigi. She's on top of things, I tell you.
Gemendo.com.
So 8 minutes ago, she said that the courtroom doors were shut, waiting on Lori and Judge Boyce. Somebody named Kathy Richardson on Twitter says, hearing Lori had a breakdown and has to be medicated. You know, nothing like all about herself. Wonder who that reminds us of. Tisha, maybe? Could it be Tisha? Remember Dana Carvey and his Could It Be Satan? Remember that? Could it be Tisha? Well, please don't leave. If you're watching, stick around, because we're just waiting for the judge to turn his camera on. I'm going to go back on Twitter. Like I said, 3 minutes ago, someone said they heard Lori had a breakdown, has to be medicated.
Gemendo.com.
Then somebody says, who reported that? That kind of makes sense to me, maybe.
Gemendo.com.
Because we're 7 minutes past when they were supposed to start it.
Gemendo.com.
Chat. $9,101 watching now. Started 9 minutes ago. Lots of prayers and fingers crossed.
Gemendo.com.
Where was I at? Oh, This weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, I'll be live streaming the Donald Trump Iowa speech, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, and on Rumble, I actually upgraded my subscription over there, and was thinking that that would open up, because on YouTube I can like pre-plan what I'm gonna do, and then it just parks it there. I don't know how many spots I have, where Rumble is only giving me one at a time. So today I upgraded my membership, thinking, well, maybe I just need to go up another level. And so I did. I think I did like a just kind of parked this verdict in with just an afternoon time because I wasn't sure when it was going to come in. And I thought, oh, good, let's try. Oh, 47 or 48 seconds ago, Pretty Lies and Alibis, Gigi said, still waiting on Lori. It's super quiet in here. So we're keeping up to the minute accounting here. I'm going to go back and make this bigger because I think Gigi's probably the best person to follow on this. Well, anyway, I didn't get any more than one space because I was going to try to do like, I don't know, a couple Fauci, like, for the weekend. Some of the alternates were just brought in. That was 36 seconds ago. So then I tried, and I got an error message, but this time it actually said to email some email Rumble. So I sent them an email saying, can I please have some more spots? So we'll see what happens. Kind of hard to grow your channel when you can only park one live stream at a time.
Jamendo.com.
The alternates are seated to the side of where the law clerks sit close to the door. They bring Lori in and out. 5 showed up. I don't know what that means. That was 44 seconds ago. People are like, I'm doing deep breathing, lols. Oh, I hear some sounds. I'll turn off retro cop. Oh, we got video. Okay, I'll be quiet. Pray for justice, people. I've got the volume all the way up, so hopefully it's good on your end. You know, they have not, there she is. They have not had cameras on, but I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, the judge allowed cameras for the reading of the verdict. I'm assuming the sentencing too. I'll be quiet. If you want to talk, put it in the chat. And unlike WebEx, I have no control over the size of these windows, so at least it's better than artist renditions and clicky-clack audio. So now we're waiting for the judge. Hopefully they can brighten up the screen. Oh, let's look for the grandparents. No. Shoot, he was on a video this morning. Trying to think of what color shirt he was wearing.
All rise. District Court's now in session. Honorable Stephen Boyce, Judge presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated.
It's a tiny bit better.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are going on the record. Court reporter, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, thank you. This is case CR 22-21-1624, State of Idaho versus Lori Vallow. The matter before the court today is for a verdict in the jury trial that's been conducted over the last several weeks in this case. The court will note on the record, prosecution is here represented by Mr. Wood, Ms. Blake, and Ms. Smith. The defense, Mr. Archibald, Mr. Thomas are present, as well as the defendant who is present. The court's been advised that the jury has reached a verdict at this time. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Let's have the jurors brought in, please. While the jurors are being brought in, I'd like to indicate that this matter is being live streamed on the court's YouTube channel. In addition, the court's existing conduct order is in effect, and everyone needs to comply with that conduct order. This verdict has several counts. The court is going to require that all in attendance abstain from any sort of loud.
That's the best I can do on the
outbursts or
volume,
sounds that could in any
unfortunately.
way affect the proceedings in this matter as the counts are read in the verdict. And I expect to maintain order and decorum as has been the case throughout this trial with those in attendance. So please keep that in mind once we get to this stage of these proceedings. So with that in mind, if the jurors are ready, they can be seated.
All rise, please.
Okay, now the jurors are getting brought in. At least they fixed the lighting on the Lori camera. Here she is right here. Are these the No, I was going to say.
Jury's all present, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I'm just looking
Mr.
for the
Vallow,
grandpa.
Please be seated. All right, the court will note that we had alternate jurors that were excused upon deliberations. So now the remaining 12 jurors who have deliberated are here and appear to all be properly seated. Will counsel stipulate that the jury is all present and properly seated from the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will the defense will stipulate?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, the court will inquire then from the jury. Has the jury reached a verdict?
Yeah.
Very well. If you have the verdict form, I'd ask the bailiff bring that over here and we'll have it brought to the clerk to be read. All right, the court has reviewed the verdict form, find that it's been properly completed, signed and dated. So at this time, I'll direct the clerk to please read the verdict into the record. The defendant would please rise.
In the District Court of the 7th Judicial District of the State of Idaho, in and for the County of Fremont, State of Idaho plaintiff versus Lori Vallow, aka Lori Daybell, defendant, case number CR 211624. Verdict. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn to try the above entitled action for our verdict, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follows. Question number 1. In regards to count 1 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Question number 2. In regards to count 2 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Tylee Ryan? Answer, guilty. Question number 3. In regards to count 3 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow and grand theft by deception? Answer, guilty. Question number 4. In regards to count 4, the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of first-degree murder of Joshua Jackson Vallow? Answer, guilty. Question number 5. In regards to count 5 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder of Tammy Daybell? Answer, guilty. Question number 6. In regards to count 7 of the amended indictment, is Lori Noreen Vallow not guilty or guilty of grand theft? Answer, guilty. Dated this 12th day of May, 2023, signed by the presiding officer.
All right, please be seated. Madam Clerk, thank you for reading the verdict into the record. At this time, let me just inquire of the jury, is this in fact your true and correct verdict?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Let me ask now from counsel, does the state wish to have the jury polled?
We do not, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to have the jury polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the jury will be polled at this time. Madam Clerk, if you would please indicate only by juror numbers of each of the jurors if this is their true and correct verdict individually.
Juror number 4, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 8, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 9, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 10, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 11, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 12, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 13, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 14, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 15, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 16, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The court does find it's a unanimous verdict in this case, so I will direct the clerk to record the verdict into the record of this case. I'll now have a closing jury instruction for our jurors and also those alternate jurors that are in attendance today. You have now completed your duties as jurors in this case and are discharged with the sincere thanks of this court. The question may arise as to whether you may discuss this case with the attorneys or with anyone else. For your guidance, the court instructs you that whether you talk to the attorneys or to anyone else is entirely your own decision. It is proper for you to discuss this case if you want to, but you are not required to do so, and you may choose not to discuss the case with anyone at all. If you choose to talk to someone about the case, you may tell them as much or little as you like about your deliberations or the facts that influenced your decision. If you decide to discuss the case with anyone, you should be careful to respect the privacy and feelings of your fellow jurors. You should limit your comments to your own perceptions and feelings. If anyone persists in discussing the case over your objections or becomes critical of your service either before or after any discussion has begun, please report that to me. At this time, then, the court offers its sincere thanks to the jurors. I appreciate your patience and attentiveness throughout this lengthy trial. I also thank you again for upholding your important civic duty as jurors in this case. I'd also like to thank the attorneys who tried this case for your professionalism throughout the proceedings and in the pretrial motions that came before trial. At this time then, the court will discuss briefly sentencing in this case. In Idaho, pursuant to Title 19, Chapter 25, a report is required to be prepared before sentencing called a pre-sentence investigation report. In a typical case, that report takes at least 2 months to prepare. In a case such as this, it will likely take longer. The court will inquire as to a pre-sentence investigator for the time frame required to prepare the report in this case. Upon getting an estimation, then the court will reach out to counsel for determining a date for sentencing. I'll just advise everyone that will likely be, I'm thinking at least 3 months probably before that sentencing can be scheduled to have the report completed. The court will also advise at this time then, upon conclusion of the proceedings, the defendant will be remanded back to custody of the Ada County Sheriff at this time to be transferred to the Fremont County Sheriff for further proceedings in Fremont County for sentencing. The court will also instruct the clerk to collect any of the jurors' notes pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 24.1A. At this time then, the court will ask that the jurors and any alternates in attendance be excused from the courtroom. And I am going to direct that all in attendance here remain seated until such time as the jurors have been completely exited from the courtroom. And in addition, I'll let the jurors know there is additional information you'll be receiving through the court administration offices on your way out as you leave today. So again, thank you for your service. Court will be adjourned. And Mr. Bailiff, if you could have all rise for the jury.
All rise, please.
Well, that's it. Guilty, 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 guilty. Count 1, 3, and 5 were conspiracy, first-degree murder. Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. Count 2, 4, and 6. No, count 2 and 4. First-degree murder.
Thank you, counsel. Thank you,
Tylee
everyone,
and
for your
JJ.
decorum this afternoon. Court
And
is
count
adjourned.
6 was grand theft, guilty. So again, count 1, 3, 5, conspiracy, first-degree murder. No, I take that back. Count 1 and 3, conspiracy, first-degree murder, and grand theft. Tylee, JJ. Count 5, conspiracy, first-degree murder. Tammy Daybell. And then the 6th count was for grand theft. So there you have it, people. At long last, she's been found guilty for Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. I gotta believe she's going to get life in prison. Now, here's something that I noticed earlier on Twitterverse. She is still... There are still charges pending for her in Arizona regarding the death of her estranged husband, Charles Vallow. Somebody had asked, is Arizona a death penalty state? I thought that was an interesting question. I'm sure most of you have followed this case. Dateline, I think, has had like 3 different, episodes, 3 or 4, I think. I remember they had done one even before their little bodies were found. Netflix had a documentary, which I didn't think was that fantastic, to be honest with you. But regardless, and we know, actually, I saw all of the Murdaugh, like Netflix, and I don't know if it was HBO Max had one. And for the most part, they were kind of bunk. So just remember what Dan Bongino says. The media will tell you a story, but it's not necessarily the story. So the judge at the end, or after she had been sentenced, said that there is a document that needs to be prepared for sentencing. The document normally takes about 2 months to prepare, but in this case, it'll probably take 3 months. So we're looking at June, July, mid-August for sentencing, but she's not getting out of prison. I mean, I can't imagine. But that was an interesting question about death penalty in Arizona. Uh, the one, well, and then you got to believe that Chad Daybell, I mean, if she got convicted of all three of these, found guilty, and the jury hasn't been picked in the Chad Daybell one, I mean, how would that even work to be fair? I mean, let's just say, hypothetical. How would that even be fair? Because the jury hasn't even been picked. And I mean, do you know anybody that doesn't keep on, well, I mean, maybe they don't on true crime. Maybe they're just sports addicts and that's all they listen to. I don't know. What was I going to say? The one thing I think that's really weird is Melanie Boudreau, her niece. Has she ever been brought up on charges? Because remember, Melanie Boudreau's, I believe it was, they were getting divorced or they were separated. But Alex, Lori's brother, now deceased brother, took a shot at him, Melanie's husband. Did she ever get brought up on charges for that? I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. And I think she showed up at this, oh no, maybe that was something different. She showed up at the house, tried to get her kids, and Alex was with her. So, and I'm not 100% sure Alex died of natural causes. So remember going back, Alex seemed to be pinpointed at like the pet cemetery where JJ and Tylee were found. Like his cell phone places him there at the time. And then I don't know at what point he died. He got married and then he died of natural causes. I don't believe that. He died of natural causes. I'm pretty sure he was probably offed as well because he knew too much. I don't know. I mean, she loved Alex so much, but then she loved her kids so much too. And look at what she did. I don't know. I'm speculating, of course. So, I guess that's it. Let's see if we have any chatters. Do we have any chatters? We do not. Well, fine by me. I'll go finish my day. Anyway, so thank you so much for tuning in for the live verdict reading. It wasn't very long. Guilty, all 6 counts. This weekend, I will be live streaming the Trump speech tomorrow, Saturday the 13th in Iowa, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will also be uploading some chapters from the Fauci book. I need to upload chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. I think there's still like 12 hours left in the audiobook. I mean, it's really, really long. Hi, TK Phillips. You're welcome. TK Phillips, thank you again for streaming on Rumble. You're welcome, TK Phillips. Thank you for tuning in. TK Phillips caught a trifecta of Crime Spies yesterday. So thank you for tuning in again. Then, let's see. So Fauci book, Trump speech tomorrow. And I still want to do something on this Jesse McFadden circumstance. He, last week, was found with a self-inflicted, they say, gunshot wound to the head, dead wife, her 3 dead teenage children, and 2 teenagers that had spent the night. Then police came in and they're like, well, guy's dead. I guess there's nothing to see here. Let's go. And then the parents showed up and found cell phones and like bondage materials and whatnot. I just have a lot of questions. I actually asked Lily of London, if you follow her on Twitter, if because she's uncovered several interesting things. So I asked her if she'd want to do a live stream later today, and she's got really bad weather where she lives. So not today, but maybe this weekend. Otherwise, I'm going to probably just wing it until the channel grows, I'm going to have to do live streams because that's just kind of how it goes, I guess. And Lenny and I are solidifying some details on the May 26th Friday live stream called 90s Club Music. Was it the shit or are we full of it? Just kind of something different. Go on the music thing because I love to talk about my kids. I love to talk about goat POTUS Trump. I love to talk about politics in general. I love to talk about true crime. I love to talk about nutrition and health. And I love to talk about music, especially like 80s and 90s. But 90s club, because I was thinking, well, you know, we didn't turn 21 till the early 90s, so I guess we weren't in the club in the 80s, so how would we know? But anyway, it should be fun. I told her, I said at the very least, we'll just make fun of ourselves, make idiots out of ourselves, which might be kind of fun too. So tune in for that. And hopefully Rumble will get back to me and open up some more live stream slots so I can at least put a schedule. Yeah, 80s music is the best. TK Phillips. Yes, but Lynn and I mean, we would go Minneapolis club hopping. We'd go to Tropics. We'd go to Pacific Club. We'd go to Gabby's. We knew the DJ at Gabby's, so we'd go every Sunday night. And it was ladies' night or something. I don't remember. We'd have a shot of woo-woo. I don't know if you've ever had a woo-woo. It had like Chambord, peach schnapps, vodka. It was purple. And then we'd go woo-woo. But we knew the DJ, Mike Valine. And so he always played the music that we wanted to play. It was kind of fun. But yeah, Tropics was big. Was it the Perimeter? I think the Perimeter was the place that we used to dance on the rooftop. And then like the building over in Minneapolis, it was in like the warehouse district. But the building, there was like a girl that would dance behind like a projector, and it would project up on the neighboring building. And I remember distinctively that song Jump by I think it was Jump, like jump around, jump up, get down, that song. We went upstairs. I'm pretty sure it was the Perimeter. Went upstairs to on the rooftop of the Perimeter to dance, and it started raining. And I remember that song came on, and we were jumping in the rain. It was fun. So we just figured we'd just kind of go down memory lane and put on different like club hits and have a couple cocktails and see if anybody wants to join us on a Friday. You know, hey, if Rob and Ian Runkle can do it on Lawn Lumber on Fridays, they have cocktails, talk some crime, and go down a few rabbit holes. Why can't I? Over here on Rumble. All right, well, have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.